All right, we're here. Okay, so this is the Who's Riding Shotgun show, which is something that I came up with when I came home from vacation and saw Blab. All of a sudden, I was like, I went on vacation and people were periscoping, right? And I came home from vacation and it was all about Blab. And I was like, whoa, what just happened? I don't even know what this is. And within a couple of days, this was born because I thought this is perfect because I love to talk. So how about you guys? How'd you get introduced to it?
I'm thinking, how did I? Oh, someone was like, "Oh, do you want to do like a Skype call?" And then they went, "No, let's do Blab instead." And I was like, "What the hell's Blab?" And so I kind of got thrown into it, but it was great because I think sometimes that's the best way to do things.
Yeah, well, and it's not hard.
No. And mine was kind of the same way. I had learned about Periscope, and I was totally enthralled with Periscope, and then next thing I know, everybody's talking about Blab, and I start checking it out, and I like Google Hangouts, so I've always loved doing Google Hangouts, and I love the interaction with the group of people that you can have on there, and Blab is so similar to that, only easier.
Yeah, so, it is easy.
Yeah, so I love Blab.
Well, what I want to do is introduce you ladies, because this show is about you and who's going to ride in the shotgun seat, which we know if we're veterans of Blab, if you talk over each other, then it kind of doesn't work. So we kind of need to take turns on talking about our businesses, yet still have a conversation between us. And so what I want to do, Hannah, you're on my right, so I'm going to put you in the shotgun seat first, if that's okay. At least you're on my right. I don't know what it looks like from your angle, but that's what I'm looking at. So I'm going clockwise. Yeah. And Hannah, please introduce yourself and tell us about your business and what you do. And you already put your stuff on the side. Yay, here comes JFO. Awesome.
Full house.
Yeah, let me say hello to her real quick.
Yeah.
Hey, girlie! You're not driving.
Hold on a second.
All right, don't drive.
No!
All right, go ahead, Hannah. Go ahead and
introduce myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Hannah Blake, and I am a procrastination coach for solopreneurs that work from home. So I help them kind of understand how they're procrastinating and then why they're procrastinating, because often the thing that they're procrastinating with is not the true reason. It's often something like fear of failure, fear of judgment, perfectionism, a lot of mindset stuff. So I work with people to kind of get an action plan of how to get over the procrastination and know the symptoms of when it might start creeping back in. So I do one-to-one coaching at the moment online with people all over the world, and currently trying to formulate online courses.
Well, that's pretty cool. So how would you do a course if, what would you be teaching, like modules, I guess? What would you be teaching in a course? Are you talking about like a Zippy course or? Yeah,
like a little, I'm thinking of doing just a little one to begin with, and then kind of go into maybe a group coaching. So then you've got the opportunity to meet other solopreneurs and have more of accountability, because that's the big thing. Yeah. If I just had a huge course and let it out there, we all know what would happen. They would start off and then slowly back into the old habits. So accountability is a huge thing.
Maybe you need to come in and help me with my email marketing course with MailChimp to get my students to do what I'm asking them to do.
Come on, everyone.
How are your list building efforts?
Yes. Let's get accountable.
Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah, not even kidding. Okay, so Vicki, what about you? Give us some information about you and your business.
Okay, well, number one, I'm a huge procrastinator. So I catch myself doing it all the time. And I've thought about that a lot lately. And I think, with everything that's going on today, I think I may have a fear of success, because, there is so many things. It's like, oh, this is so huge. This could go so far. And then I kind of feel myself backing away from things at times. But so anyway, about me, my handle is Market for Mobile. About 3 to 4 years ago, I decided I wanted to get into mobile marketing, and I did a little bit with it, but oh, there she is again. But
I'll be on my computer in a second, but keep talking.
Okay. All right. Hold on. Vicky's talking.
Okay. So I did a little bit with building mobile apps, and I've kind of gotten out of that business. But I migrated into doing Google Hangouts, and I bought the domain, thehangoutcoach.com.
Right.
And during that time, my husband became ill, and I mean, he became very ill, and he passed away last year. So I kind of took like a year or so off getting myself together. And now, and I decided to get back into doing Google Hangouts, and then that's when I discovered Periscope. And then I discovered Blab, and so I'm still just trying to formulate exactly what I want to do with it. But I still love Google Hangouts, and I love the fact that they're private. I don't like being in the limelight as much. So but what I want to do is I want to revive my Hangout Basics course and teach people the basics of Google Hangouts. I want to use Google Hangouts for forming like mastermind groups, team trainings, like that, and teaching people the basics. And then they can use Blab and Periscope for the accountability function. Like maybe, once a week or once a month, do a group Blab or a group Periscope, and people can show what they've learned in the mastermind. So that's kind of where I'm going with this, but I don't really have my plans in place.
Well, it sounds great.
Sounds good.
It sounds good, though. It sounds really good.
And then I sell on eBay and Amazon on the side.
Yeah. Cool. All right, JFO, say hello, girl, and tell us who you are and what you do.
Hello, guys. What's up? You can see me and hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I just want to apologize for driving while I'm blabbing. I'm a blab virgin. I've never done this before. And I pulled an all-nighter last night for my webinar. So yay! My name is JFO. I'm the Cosmic Firecracker. I'm an astrologer, a spiritual coach, and I'm here to support entrepreneurs in taking their calling to the next level using the information in their birth chart.
Yes, birth charts. This girl knows what she's doing. She really does.
You're the best, Abby. You're so sweet.
Well, it's true.
Thank you.
You kind of shock people when you start talking to them about it, and they just kind of go, oh, my God, where have you been? Have you been in my closet watching what I'm doing?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. I always say that I have, like, magic in my pocket. I always feel like I've been doing it for 18 years. So, I mean, I just kind of started to study it myself and then started to, like, apply it in the field. And I would just go, like, read people's birth charts and learn how to do it. And then I would see patterns, and people do kind of freak out when I read their chart because it's very, very accurate. So now I want to take that and support people with branding for their business, because really your birth chart is just your story and your brand is just your story.
Right. It's true. And that's kind of like my brand is me in that car going all the time. I feel like I'm always going. There's something going on my left, on my right, in the back seat, in the front, out, on the windshield and everything else. And it kind of fits. And then I'm also past 40, and so I need the glasses.
Yeah.
I have them. Oh, wait. I don't have my orange ones here, but I've got these.
Oh, that's okay.
Nice.
These are my husband. He gave them to me. He outgrew them.
I love it.
Lisa in the audience, and Jen Lehner entered the audience. Hello, Jen. Hey, everybody out there. Rick Wolf and Lisa. Hold on a second. Lisa Balthasar. I'm terrible with pronunciation.
Don't worry, I'm really bad as well.
Yeah. Hello. And then who else is in here? I can't see. I really can't see. Let's see. We've got.
So interesting. This is my first one.
Yay.
Really?
I don't know what you can see on the phone, but we all need to retweet. Everybody retweet, because now we've got Jennifer in the room, and it will put her handle in the tweet. Okay, everybody retweet.
Nice.
Here talking about Periscope Summit and what happened last week. Okay, all right.
I'm now, so it's safe. I'm not driving.
Okay, thank
Yay!
you. Yay. Okay. All right. So, and somebody entered the room that I know, Peep Social. Oh, where are you? Sherry Mongrain. Hello, Sherry. How are you? Anyway, so if you haven't done this before and you know how to clap for other people, that's great. It's all wonderful if you want to clap for people, just meaning that you touch those little hands on their screen. But also know that you don't get any kind of count at the end of the day like you do on Periscope with hearts. So the count doesn't transfer over. So, there's no, like, who has the most applause. All right. So I got to New York on the 20th, which was last Sunday, and I was exhausted. My flight, I had to get up at 4 a.m. and get to the airport. And it was one of those days where, you don't have to hit the button endlessly because it's not going to matter, Sherry. I mean, it's great. We love to get applause while we're here, but it's not going to carry over to the future. I'm trying to read these. Trying to read these comments. All right, I'll get back to that. I'm wearing your glasses. Oh, I know. Oh, wait, who is that? Oh, this is hilarious. Somebody's wearing my glasses.
Yes, Sam Martin, another northerner. You sat next to her at the dinner that we had.
Sam! Okay, I have to look at the time. There's too many things going on. All right, so social part. Social part was the best part of Periscope Summit. That and
oh my goodness.
That and looking at Alex Kahn. He was on my He was on my webinar yesterday.
Your webinar?
Yeah.
He was on your webinar?
Well, I put a picture of
him.
Awesome.
Oh, right.
He's a Pisces. I asked him to sign.
He's a Pisces. Okay. You need to do his birth chart. All right. So
I do.
So I got there Sunday, and I've got a cousin who's up there all the time because she is like a fashion person, and so there was some sort of show going on. So I got to go see like the Elizabeth and James accessories and the, all those things, and do that for a while. But then Monday we met with Kimra Luna's group for the Freedom Hackers Mastermind. That was really good. There were probably about 40 people there. Were you there for the afternoon? Yeah, you were, because you sat in front of me at the end, Hannah. And what we did was, and I want to do this at some point, everybody broke off into groups of like 6 or 7 people and talked to each other about, who they are and what their businesses are or their ideas. And then we talked about our struggles, and all the other people in the group offered suggestions and things like that. And so it was extremely productive because we got a lot of direct feedback from people who are out there testing businesses in the market, which was really cool, right? And then we went to dinner for the Be True Brand You students, and Jennifer was in that, Hannah was in that. Vicki, you're not part of that group.
Yummy.
Nope, I wasn't.
All right, so we had a lot of fun at dinner, and I think we drank.
Food was so good.
Wine. Yeah. Oh, it was some vegan restaurant called Blossom, and so we got to know people better at that dinner as well. And then we did a little after hours party at the some condo that Kimra rented. And that was really fun too. So I posted a little bit about that I talked a little bit about that in my webinar yesterday and showed some pictures from that day. And then, hey, Robert Stern, I see you've come into the room. I'm going to read the comments in just a minute. Yes, Kimra's awesome. I see that. Oh, you were there. That's right. Thank you very much. All right. So then what happened? Tuesday was like the pre-party thing on Tuesday night. Is that when you got to town?
Yes.
Okay, so that was fun. And where was that party? What was the name of that place? Hudson.
I don't know the name, but I did like Outbrokers, like girls' birth charts.
Yeah, JFO was like doing everybody's birth charts, and the noise was like really starting to drive me crazy. But the funny part is that it was really hard to actually meet people at first at the party because they were like this. Hey, everybody.
I know.
And we were like that too, though. We were like that too. It's like a tick-tick. You might have scoped on it. You might as well scope.
It was like, put your phones down and say hello for a minute. Okay.
But I have to say, there was community because people were like using their phones to be like the spotlight for other people's scopes and
That's
stuff.
true. And how about the guy? What was his name that had the big light and the whole apparatus?
Oh, Ben.
Oh yeah, he had like a setup.
That was
He
hilarious.
did. He was ready.
Oh yeah.
He was ready.
The one thing that I'll say, I mean, that was fun and all. I'm not as much of a big crowd person as I am more of a small, intimate group kind of person.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of overwhelming to me, but I did people watch a lot. And I will say that I have some big time advice to not drink and blab or not drink and scope, you know?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that this weekend. I'm gonna drink and scope. I'm just kidding.
Woo! Yeah!
I'm gonna break the rules.
Based on my very first scope, I drank a glass of wine and was like, I mean, not my scope, my blab. I was like, what is this thing? And then I went back and thank God we can turn those off. So anyway, you just never know. I mean, people say things. People say things on blab and on scope when they're drinking that they either forget about or, you know, whatever, regret later, possibly. So you kind of forget that you're out there in the whole world, right? All right.
I felt like they should have flipped it and had the closing party as the opening, and then we could have like a big party as the closing party, because I felt like it was the wrong way round. Because
I agree.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the closing party. What was the closing party like?
Well, they had a couple of serious things. Hannah, you want to mention what they...
Yeah. So it was a bit anticlimactic. It ended early as well. So after you'd met loads of new people, you were obviously in a bit of a happy kind of time, like, oh, it's the end, but I'm so glad I met loads of people. So really what you wanted was to be like, yeah, let's dance the night away and go crazy. But instead they had the opening party till really late and you had to get up early. And then the closing party finished early. And then everyone wanted to carry on.
Most people miss.
I gotta fix that.
Yeah, most people miss the Wednesday morning stuff, which was the greatest information part of the whole thing, which is what I did my webinar on yesterday. I gave a recap of all of the awesome stuff that Catch is doing and that Alex Pettit had to talk about.
That's amazing. Oh, that dashboard thing he was showing was incredible.
Yeah.
That.
Yes, the dashboard is amazing. I cannot wait to be able to do that. I want to say hey to a couple more people that came in. Well, Brandy came in. She was over on my my Periscope when I talked 5 minutes before this started. And then Robert Stern has come in. And thank you so much for joining. And I'm going to go back and look at some of these comments. You guys want to kind of look at them and see if there's anything we need to answer? Hudson Terrace was right. Brandy, you know, you must have been there at that party. I didn't really talk to people at the party as much.
I kind of was in a bit of, I think because I didn't know what I was expecting from the summit. When I first walked into the room and it was all these people with their phones, I just thought, what the hell have I got myself into? I was a bit like, whoa, this is so intense. I was like,
it was intense, and I didn't know.
Wait, what part?
The
What part? At the party or?
The opening party, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It felt a little like, yeah, and it was like Grant Cardone was chilling there. Like there was just all these people that like you've seen on the scope, and then what I love about Periscope Summit was that everyone was like on the same plane. It was like we're all together, we're all trying to meet.
True.
This app is bringing us together, and that's what I think I loved about it. And I really feel like I'm going to San Francisco. Like I feel like I need to continue the summit.
Robert Stern just asked us, what was the one thing each of you took away from the summit? And I'll say mine is that you need to do live events. Number one.
Oh, that's an interesting
one. That's a good one. I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I kind of agree with that because as much as I'm techie and I love my digital, it was so nice to be with people. It was so nice to like be in person, you know? But I think my biggest takeaway was just that your network is your network. It's really true. Because when you're meeting people and you're making these connections and it's authentic, it's not forced, it just really pushes the needle for you in your business.
I agree. What about you, Vicki? What do you think?
I really like the sense of community. And, you know, the sense of community of all of us that were there, you know, being with like-minded peeps and how you can build your own community, you know, just by using Periscope and Blab, you know, that was my favorite part.
What about you, Hannah?
For me, it was a mix of two, but you can kind of gel them together. Kind of reveal more about you in your life. Because what's normal to you could be completely different to someone else and they just have never experienced it. And think about what you're going to do with your community. Are they coming along on a journey with you just to see what your life is like? Or are you striving to achieve something that they can help and take part in as well?
Yeah. Yep. Now, have you scoped more since you came home?
I have, and then for the last 2 days, my internet connection has just gone. And so on Periscope, it's been really glitchy for me for some reason. But I am kind of revealing more. It isn't just the business side now. It's more like, this is where I live. This is the fields. This is where I am from. And what I've learned from Periscope Summit. But I'm going to do a mix, more of a mix, because I'm going away in November, and I think people will enjoy coming on my travels with me, if that makes sense.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Dubai and Hong Kong.
Oh yeah, please.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
I'll watch your stuff, man. That's awesome.
Definitely. Okay, so what was I going to say? Oh, did you have any embarrassing moments at all, or any that you noticed of anyone else?
Let me think about that. Embarrassing moment. I mean, I will say this. And actually, Zach Spuckler talked about this on his Periscope Summit, how he had all his automation in place and he realized how powerful that was for his business, so that he could take the time to be present at the summit and not worry about stuff. Whereas I'm like really new to my business. I just went full time with it. And so I knew I was already doing this. I was very conscious of it, but I knew that it's just because I'm a newbie and I got to hustle. But I'm in the middle of a launch. So I was like, Sally, I was like going back to my room to like send out emails and stuff. And, I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about all the things I had to do. And so I was really kind of like multitasking the summit with my business. And it really taught me that like when I go in the summit in San Francisco, I want to be like totally automated and ready. You know?
Yeah.
So that I can really interact with people, not be tired.
Launch January the 14th.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to do it anyway because that's the next Mercury retrograde. They seem to plan these summits during Mercury retrograde. It's like they know or something.
Yeah, that's not good. But maybe
the Wi-Fi is probably not going to work again, but oh well.
Well, but maybe, yeah. Or Periscope's going to have some major glitch with like iOS number 12 that comes out. And it doesn't work on iPhones for 3 days. That was insane.
Oh my Lord.
All right, so I wanted to mention, did you see the surfer dude from Australia? I cannot remember his name.
Mitch.
Mitch? I don't know. There were, okay, you remember, JFO.
I already know
guys. There were 2 guys on stage in the morning on Wednesday.
Oh, yes, I remember them. Yep, totally. Yes. They were like, remember they were going early and they had them come up stage. Like, I don't think they were going to speak that long, and then they were going a little early, so they had them come up on the stage, right?
Yeah, they were never meant to be on.
But they were in the moment. They did it. They were good.
Yeah, but they did look like they were about to throw up on stage. That did not look.
They did.
A little feel too well. But okay, so the surfer dude, he talks about how he literally turns on his scope and goes to sleep at night, and people watch him sleep.
Oh, right.
And so his scope.
How do people do this?
That's crazy. His scope becomes a chat room for the people watching. All right. Well.
Oh yeah, that's Dan Moore. Sorry. Yes, that's Dan Moore that does those ones.
Thank you. So Dan has this chat room scope, if you will, every night when he goes to sleep or whatever nights it is. And somebody in the audience sent him a lava lamp and said, "Hey, turn this on. We need some more ambiance in the room." So now he has a lava lamp that's sitting next to him while he's asleep.
That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Wait, so is this like a thing? People just do sleep scopes? Because like other people mentioned that. I was like, I would never even like know how to like mean. I'd be like waking up every minute and be like, guys, what's up? Like I wouldn't be able to sleep.
You never sleep.
Oh, I would want to do a conversation. I wouldn't be able to sleep either.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Well, at least it's not talking. It would just be a lot of,
Yeah.
Snoring.
What is this?
Snoring. Yeah.
Jenny McCarthy. I don't know. Is that the one that was?
I don't know if she did a sleep scope, but I watched the best scope with her and Donnie. They were eating Taco Bell in their car on the way to the airport, and they were like eating it. It was like dripping, and it was so raw and real and hilarious. Okay, do we know about this option? Because once it was done, you couldn't press the replay. Is there an option now that you cannot have a replay? It was weird.
I've got that glitch on mine. I think it's just a glitch because I'm struggling with loads of it.
It might be a Mercury retrograde glitch.
What are you talking about? About the
So sometimes when you go into Periscope, some of the replays it'll have the play button, the triangle, and you can play it. But after Jenny and Donnie's, it was like there was no triangle. It was just you couldn't play it. So it was like, is there like a celebrity feature where you don't have to replay? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you can delete it. Sam is saying you can delete them, but if somebody could still see the title of it, but I would still.
That's what it was.
Somebody came in the room who I met today, Kelly Christian. Hello, Kelly. Kelly's going to be on a blab with me at some point when we have a little more serious conversation about taxes and accounting. Not about social life in New York City. Yeah.
So they deleted it. That is what it is. They deleted it.
All right. Bye, Jennifer. Thanks for coming. Not you, Jennifer. Energy over on the side. Thank you for being on here. And all right. So, what is something else that we can mention? Did anybody go to the second day's workshops?
Yeah.
What did you learn that day?
I think the stuff on the second day, I think they've learned the power of it because I think it was kind of a small thing there were 30-minute talks by different people that they'd selected in the afternoon. And I think they genuinely are going to do more with that because they pick those people because of their stories and how they've used Periscope in a unique and powerful way. And some of the people literally were in tears because it was so powerful, like their stories. And so I think that something I learned from that is everyone has a story, but also there's so many people out there on Periscope that we may not even know about. So that, for me, it was a great opportunity to learn about new people to follow and things like that.
I watched the Mario one. Mario, I don't know his full name. Mario Armstrong, is that his name? I don't know if I'm saying it right. But I watched the second day through the power of scope, in my bedroom, in the Yotel. Okay, people. So I watched it, comfy in bed. I didn't go to Harlem. But no, I watched Mario's one, and I was like so mesmerized. He was like telling a story and how like he couldn't even pay his bills, and I think now he has like a television show coming out and all these things. So yeah, it's very powerful.
Well,
yeah,
good.
Mario
Armstrong. Thanks, Robert, for saying that. I'll probably go to Catch and find it, because we can go. That's one of the things. I want to give you guys a tip on what I did yesterday. Yesterday was my mini summit recap. You know, I did my own little Periscope summit, and I pulled out all of the things that I thought were important and the things I paid attention to as well, because I didn't pay attention to everything. We can't, right?
No.
So anyway, I went to the catch me's on, the catches on the speakers that I watched, so I could make sure that the information that I was pulling from their speeches was accurate. I wanted to make sure that what I conveyed in my presentation, because I did slides and everything, so it was very formal, a very formal presentation. All the keynotes are in your catch. Okay, cool. Robert's got keynotes in his stuff too. And I've got it out there. It's public. Anybody can go see it. So I guess I should put the link to it, shouldn't I? You would think.
Yes.
So they could see the replay, because I did give a lot of information. Excuse me, it's going to be.
Becky's gone.
Is she?
Me? Am I gone?
Oh, you've gone blank on me.
Oh, she disappeared. She probably lost connection or something happened. That's the link to my replay of the mini summit, mini Periscope summit.
I have a question. So let's talk about Catch, because I use Catch and I love Catch, but some people don't use Catch. Like some of the yeah. So is it because you want people to come on live and you want them to watch replays in Heart? Is that what it is? Why wouldn't you use it?
Originally, I'd been a bit skeptical about it at the very start, because I was like, well, they've got my content for life. And they never publicly said you own your content. But then when I was at the summit, they did. And now I'm like, right, I'm going to get Catch, because they just said all these amazing features. And I was like, yes, I need to get on board. I was like,
you can turn them on and off, and you can do Troll Patrol and all that stuff. I'm trying to let you back on, Vicki, but it's not pulling. Maybe there's something going on with your internet. And I see you in the audience, and I see you trying to come into the room, and I've accepted, but it's just not pulling. If you've got any other video program open, make sure that your camera is off in all other places.
Refresh.
Okay, so let me think what else happened. Okay, so then the final night, I finally got to actually meet some people, because it wasn't as crowded as the first night, or at least it didn't seem so. It seemed like everybody was just partying hard the first night. But then the last night, they had several serious things they tried to throw into the mix, which we talked about. They should have done that opposite. They should have done more of an agenda the first night and then the party. But instead, they tried to stick an agenda on the last night when everybody was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. Yeah. And then the other thing that we did, so that night, let me go back to that night. I liked the setup. I liked how they had, the screen and various things like that. And the drink tickets, they gave me a whole bunch of them for some reason. So I was like, here, you want drink tickets?
She was giving me them. I was like, yay.
Six drink tickets. I think they screwed up, because I was supposed to get one drink ticket. And you know how they gave you two little things? The bartender, I think, was making the mistake that each of those was a drink, when I think it was only supposed to be the one. Okay. Well, for some reason, I'm walking up and they handed me 3 doubles. So I had officially 6 drinks, but I didn't drink that many.
Well, you didn't have time.
Okay, they have a troll control. Kelly's asking a question about troll control. There's this, you can go back through on your catch and actually delete comments. You know how you can already shut people off on Periscope, but if you've got a busy Periscope, I'm going to X you out, Vicki, and have you try again. Okay. If you've got an active Periscope and a lot of stuff scrolls through and you can't necessarily catch somebody while you're talking to block them, whenever your replay is over on catch, you can go through and then delete comments and get rid of all of that and then know who it is and then go back and block. So, which I had some weirdo the morning that I was going to something. I can't even remember. I was just talking about, hey, I'm here getting ready and talking about what I was going to go see and what I was going to do. And I was excited about it. And some guy just kept saying something stupid like nice hair or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I'm so sorry. So, hey, Christy, I'm sorry. We're not accepting guests on the show. We're trying to get Vicki back in the room. We had a pre-scheduled discussion already going, so I'm about to bring Vicki back in. But thank you. I would love for you to apply for a future show. Go. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention is go ahead and if you've got, JFO, your webinars today, if you want to put your link to that today. Oh, she's messing up again. Let me find her link.
Am I back on?
Can you guys hear my music? Hold on.
I can't hear your music.
Hear me?
Yeah.
That was so weird. Mercury retrograde. Okay, we're good. So you want my link to my webinar?
Yeah. Can you stick it in or tell me what it is?
I don't have it because I'm on my phone. Wah, wah.
You sent it to me somewhere.
No, I didn't because, oh, wait, are you on my emails? Then it's in your emails. Then it's in your inbox because I sent it to my list.
Yeah. All right, Hannah, have you got anything current you want to send to people and tell them about?
Yeah, I have a free opt-in, and my opt-in is to do a quiz. So you do a quiz to find out what type of procrastinator you are, and then if you sign up at the end, you get like a little free guide of like how to help your type of procrastinator.
Okay, that sounds good. What about you, Vicki?
I don't have anything right now.
Nothing right now? Well, okay, join the webinar live. What do I give, JFO? Do I give the opt-in, right?
The link to the actual webinar. Are you signed up for the webinar, Sally?
I am, but do you want me to give the link to sign up for it?
Actually, I have to do something. I'm going to come right back in because my iPhone is playing my Spotify music while we talk right now. So I'll be right back. I can hear like music. I'll be right.
Okay, hold on. This is for the Cosmic Academy thing. Hold on, let me, that's her webinar live event. She's going to be talking about the real truth behind zodiac compatibility and relationships. It's a relationship thing. So I will say that everything, I've got to have my whole family done because I've got drastically different people in my family. And it drives me crazy to try to figure them out. Like, what's the best way of handling things, between my kids? They're all very different. So I think it's really interesting. I wish that she was back on here. Now, Hannah, the procrastination stuff, say that again because I was typing. What did you say your opt-in is for? It's for...
you go on the link that I've just done, and then you go and you can do a quiz, and then there's 6 different types of procrastinator, and you can find out what type you are. And then if you sign up for the guides, then you kind of get like a little how to help yourself
Right.
through the guide.
Oh, I got a question for you. This is kind of techie. I know where the lead page, this is a lead page, right?
The sign up, yeah.
Yeah. The Facebook comments at the bottom.
Yeah.
I know how you put that there, but where do you get the link to put the right comments there?
So with my quiz, it's by Playbuzz, and when you input it into your page, you can select if you want the comments included. However, I have to then manually just keep checking it now and again to delete if there's any. There's been the odd one trying to sell a product, so I just report them and they disappear.
But is it a comment off of your Facebook page, like your business page?
You can. It's all linked up, so they can comment if they just do it on Playbuzz or if they do it on my website. So it's just a feed that is attached to the quiz.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll have to get with you on that to see how.
Yeah, you have to sign in with Facebook to be able to comment with it.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, because I saw that yesterday and I was like, I don't know how to do this. So just I turned it off for my replay.
Also, there is I learned how to do that with the bonus webinars in B-Tree Brand New.
Thank you.
The quiz.
Webinars. Which module?
It's in the extras, the extra webinars that you can do.
Just extra outside of one of the modules, or
it's outside
webinar extras. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I need to get back over there because I haven't been back to the training in a while, and I did probably 80% of it before, but I haven't done a lot of the extra stuff.
I haven't done a lot.
Well, it's hard to. I mean, it takes a year to get through all that stuff.
Totally off topic, isn't it? This.
Well, whatever. All right, Vic, are you anybody going to San Francisco?
I do not think I'm going to make that one.
You're not.
No.
Where do you live, Vicki? I can't remember.
I am in Colorado.
Oh, that's right, Colorado.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll do it there.
When was the San Francisco one? Was it in January?
Yeah.
January 14th.
Yeah, and I've got a big cruise coming up in February, so yeah. The budget only goes so far.
Yeah. What's the cruise you're doing? I'm on one in February too.
I am co-organizer with a friend of mine on a conference cruise. It's for online sellers. It's called the C-Commerce Cruise. I'll put a link for that in the group.
Put that link over there. Hello. What is that? Does it happen? How often does that happen?
It's an annual cruise, and this year we're going to be sailing from Miami on Valentine's Day, and we're going to be visiting 4 different islands in the Eastern Caribbean.
I'm going to be in Jamaica on a Jamaican cruise at the same time.
Yeah, and then during our sailing days, we have a conference going on, and then on the island days, we are going to plan a networking event in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and we're going to meet up with some other friends there, and then the rest of the time, everyone's on their own, and a lot of people are bringing their families, so it's a good way to mix business and pleasure.
I need to be on that list for next year.
All right.
The problem I've got, and this is, I'm not trying to brag, it's just a fact, but my kids are opening up for Train, the band, on the Train Music and Wine Festival cruise, and it's costing us an arm and a leg for the whole family to go. Last year, it was probably 2/3 of the price, and then this year we had to pay more for the same accommodations, and it kind of ticked me off. So I'm not going to say, that I'm not going to do that next year, but things need to change for me to be able to do the cruise next year and have the kids be in the band that plays. So, I may just have to send. I have one daughter that made the audition band this time, and so. But we're all going again. Last year, 2 of my girls were in it. So we'll see what happens, but it's the same weekend, and we leave out of Miami on
we'll have to meet up.
Yeah, well, we leave on the 11th out of Miami. When do you leave?
Okay, we leave on the 14th.
Yeah, so we get back on the 15th.
Yeah.
You have to wave.
I've been looking at airfare though, and airfare is really expensive that weekend. And I don't know if it's because it's Valentine's weekend. I don't know, but
yeah,
Frontier's having a big sale today. And if I leave on the 10th, I can get a $39 flight. But if I leave on the 11th, 12th, 13th, or 14th, it's a $410 flight.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I think I might be in Miami a few days early.
I'd do that.
Well, but have you looked at the hotels though?
Oh.
Well, I'm looking at Airbnb. I'm looking at an Airbnb, and we've also looked at I think it's Vacation by Owner, VRBO, something like that. We're trying to
look at HomeAway.
Yeah, we're trying to find some spots because we have we've booked 20 to 30 cabins so far, and we're hoping to book a lot more. And so we're trying to find suitable accommodations for a lot of people if they come in early. So
yeah. Well, Miami is really expensive, and we picked a hotel last time. We went a day before because the year before that there was a nightmare story where all the flights were canceled because of an ice storm, and it was the one in Atlanta, and that's where most people flew from. They had to go to Atlanta to get to Miami, a lot of people. So they ended up having to get a bus to take people down to Miami from Atlanta because they were stuck. And I'm like, that would be miserable. So we booked a day early just to at least have some kind of leeway, possibly from Nashville, because we get ice storms a lot too. And everything shuts down because we don't get snow. We just get the ice.
Yeah, we get snow in Colorado. And you never know that time of year what's going to happen.
Yeah. So we're going at least a day early, but the hotel we stayed in last year was horrendous. It was awful, and I thought that it was going to be good, but it was awful. And I was like, you know what? I'd much rather spend a little bit more and just have a nicer place, which reminds me, I've got to book that too.
Yeah, well, I stayed in an Airbnb when I was in New York at the Periscope Summit, and it was an amazing experience. We had a really great host, a great place. We were 2 blocks from Times Square.
Wow.
And we paid $81 a night, so that's why I stayed 7 nights.
Yeah. Wow. Well, and I need to look to see if I can even do that, because one night for 5 people might not be available,
Right.
Because usually those Airbnbs, they want you more than one night.
Right. And so I've been looking for some Airbnbs from the 10th to the 14th, and there's several of them out there for groups. So
yeah, that's good. Well, is there anything else you guys wanted to mention about Periscope or the summit or the stats that are coming out, or?
Oh, that's a biggie.
Yeah.
That is going to be a game changer, I think, the stats.
Yeah, you'll be able to go in and actually click on people. You'll see you'll be able to click and message them if they watched your scope. It's crazy, all of that, and then all of the statistics they're going to show and the charts that you'll be able to see where they line up the numbers from day to day, so you can do your comparisons. And then the split screen ability will be cool. And then all of the Catch Me features and the embedding that you can do, which I think you can go ahead and do the embedding.
Yeah, I think you can do that already. I think there's a lot of people using it at the moment, but I think a lot of businesses are just going to jump on board once they can see the return. So it'll definitely be a game changer in kind of for its use in terms of a marketing tool.
Yeah. The RSS feed too will be good.
Oh yeah, that would be good as well.
Yeah. I already have, my blog and some other things that I automatically use Hootsuite to post whatever changes happen on that feed onto my Facebook. I need to have it go to a couple of other places too. I can't remember what all I have up there, but I need to have it go to my Twitter as well, because my blog I've been neglecting. I've been so into my Facebook groups and keeping them informed about things that I kind of forget to if I just wrote it on my blog to begin with, that could be the original spot for it. That's where I really need it to be. So my blog will be a lot richer, if you will. So anything else you guys want to talk about, or anything you want to mention about your Amazon business, Vicki, and what you're doing? Because you just did a blab on that. Are you?
Yeah, I have a friend in town from Dallas this week who she is also an eBay seller, and she teaches eBay and Amazon classes online. And so Jen Lehner did an interview with us on that just a little bit ago.
Yay!
And, yeah, and it's a great way to make a living.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to want to know more about that later, which I mentioned to you.
Yeah, it's a whole topic on itself.
Oh, exactly, definitely. I'd put over on the side, I've got a free MailChimp course, but I also have a full MailChimp course that goes from the beginning all the way to the analytics and maintenance and keeping costs down and things like that. So if anybody's interested, I'd love for you to go check it out. I do have a couple of free courses on my resource site, and I'm working on a full coaching package. I can already do it all, but I've just got to get the sales page together and get everything going, because I am taking on clients now. I've got a couple already, but I'm only going to be taking 3 to 5 at a time just to see how many I can actually handle, because I do have a lot of hand holding with those clients. Now the other course, pardon?
It's a lot of time because you've got to really explain it and show it to them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a limited number of coaching calls, which are screen sharing opportunities, to go over things and customize it. But I wanted to, I've got to test it out a little bit further and get all the way through a full 90 to 120 day program, which I'm not completely done with yet on any one person. So that's happening. But on the side, I've got these other smaller courses, which are bits and pieces of my coaching opportunity, but they're like a DIY type of thing with a support group. So
I've got a question for you, Sally.
Okay.
Are you going to change how you scope because of what you've learned from Periscope Summit?
I already have.
Okay.
One thing that I was not doing before, but I was thinking about it. It was like, I need to know how many people are actually coming from Periscope to get into my list. And because I teach people how to segment their clients into where they came from,
yeah,
you would think that I would do that. So I created a sign-up form that I give on my scopes. Right now, it's the Periscope Highlights webinar that I'm doing, but I'm changing that. I'll still segment those people into Periscope as the first initial contact, but I am starting to, I've got a new link that will be what I'll give on every scope. So no matter what they're going into, whatever I'm talking about that day, I'll know where they came from. And I think I'm going to start doing it that way for a lot of platforms. I can't be too segmented on it because I do a lot of cross-promotional cross-posting where it can be automated. So I don't really care about some of the platforms right now, but that's going to be how I'm doing it with Periscope.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Vicki? Have you changed it or thought about a new strategy? Or?
I have only done one scope myself.
Ooh.
Yes. So like I said, I'm still trying to formulate I'm procrastinating on
just do it.
My
just
plan.
do one.
I'm going to take your quiz. I wrote it down.
Honestly, Vicki, the best thing you can do is just think of a theme, write a few notes, and just do it because you're making it bigger than what it is.
Well, I've got a really huge project coming up next week. I am on the crew of a reality YouTube show that we're going into second season. It begins this month, and it's called The Marijuana Show.
Ooh.
And it is like a Shark Tank for entrepreneurs. And
in the marijuana field. Please put the link to that off to the side.
I know, any products, any ideas that are cannabis themed, hemp related, you know, they're people are flying in from all over the country to pitch their products on the marijuana show. And
oh my gosh, you could do so many scopes with this.
I know. So I'm seeing behind the scenes stuff. And so
yes.
You need to make sure you have a list building opt-in. You need to have something going for that. If you don't know how to do that, please talk to me, because
I talked to you a little bit in New York, and you sent me a link to your course. So
get started on the freebie. It just knowing the freebie is enough.
Yep.
To get started, okay?
Yeah, because I do not have a list started. I haven't done any of that stuff.
You've got to learn that, because that is going to be the key of your success of being able to truly scale. You have to be careful how you use your list as well, you know, because you don't want to run people off. You want to be very nurturing to your list, because they are the people you've invited into your home, if you will, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I see myself doing some periscoping in the very near future from the show.
Not in the near future. You're doing it today. I'm making you do it today.
You do need to do it today. Honestly, you could do it in the next 5 minutes.
You could do it now. You could do it while you're on Blab and just say, I'm doing a Blab.
You know what? Okay, my phone broke. It died at the Periscope Summit, and I just got a new phone when I got back. And I haven't even hardly used my phone at all. But today, this afternoon, my friend and I were going up to Rocky Mountain National Park. So I'll do a scope from there. If I have Wi-Fi, I'll do a scope from there.
And then if you don't have Wi-Fi, then when you get into Wi-Fi, do one of what you just did. And just do 2 minutes. Just say, we've just been to this incredible place. Okay. I would recommend it. Do it. I'm making you do it.
Just heard me, so she's going to make me accountable.
Do it.
Right. Go watch my Periscope webinar, and you will have exactly the steps you need to take to do a scope and sign people up on a list, even if you don't have anything to send them. Okay? Just do it. It teaches you exactly what to do, how to do the scope. It could be about anything. Seriously, just make sure you put your, appropriate hashtags and things like that in the title, and that you get people over and you give them a link to be able to come in. Hey, you know what, Sam, do you want to come on here real quick?
I'm going to have to go, if that's okay.
And me too, because I'm leaving for the park right now.
Yes, with your phone.
With my phone.
With your phone, you're going to go scope, even if it means nothing. Just go.
Just do it.
Okay. I think there's a lot of elk walking through the town, too. It's elk mating season up in Estes Park.
Okay, this is where you need to show people your life. I've never seen an elk. Elk don't walk past my door. Please put that on your scope. Okay.
I will. Yes. I will do that.
Yay! Scope.
So awesome. So I'm going to sign off. So thank you so much, Sally, for having me on. It's been fun, and I'm going to learn a lot from you ladies. I can feel it.
Well, I'm excited. I'm glad y'all got to come on today. I'm going to go too, because to be honest with you, I'm so hungry right now, and I do this every time. I don't eat before because I'm like running around trying to make sure I take a shower, and then then I get on here and I'm like, I'm hungry. All right. Well, it's been fun talking to you guys.
Bye-bye.
Okay. If you subscribe to the show, you'll get it in your email. See ya.